What's up, everybody? How's everyone doing out there today? Welcome back to Wildcat MTG, and today I want to spend some time revisiting Baldur's Gate. We're going to do a Dungeons & Dragons Battle for Baldur's Gate Draft Booster Box opening. I've done a bunch of these on the channel. I've done a lot of Baldur's Gate in general. I actually am a fan of the set, and I know it wasn't always the most popular set for a variety of reasons. We can talk about that a little bit more, but I find these draft boxes to actually be a really appealing product at this point in time. So we're going to open this up. Hopefully we pull some fire along the way. And with that being said, let's go ahead and dive on in and let's crack some packs. So as of the filming of this video, these boxes are going for about $95 on TCG. That is up a little bit, although the Magic market in general is up a little bit. So I think, yes, these boxes have gotten a little bit more popular, but I also think that part of its movement is based off of just market current in general anyway. These boxes were in the high 70s, low 80s for the longest time. And, I think some of it is increased popularity of the product. Some of it, I think, is actually just current market conditions. So, good product. Oh, yeah, sweet. So there's one of the better uncommons right off the bat. That is Irenicus's Vile Duplication. It's like $2 or $3 at high. This was like a $5 card for the non-foil version. Still like a couple of bucks. There are some, a few commons and uncommons that are like $1, $2, something like that. This is one of them. But really what we are trying to do today is we're going to try and pull a bunch of the lands and hopefully pull some really good mythics as well. All right. First rare is, oh, nice. Kindred Discovery. Sweet. Hey, Kindred Discovery is not bad. This card did see a recent reprint in the Wilds of Eldraine. It really crept up for a minute, but it has since come back down to earth. Gosh, what is this? I think I'm going to be wrong about this, but I think it's probably going to be in like the $5 to $6 range, but still a really good rare hit. Slaughter the Strong, sure, and then a Devil Token. I mentioned that one of the appeals for me is trying to open up as many of the crowd lands as possible. At present, Sea of Clouds is the only one of the 5 lands that is below $10. I think it's like $7. The rest are all like $11 to $15. So pulling 2 or 3 lands from this box goes a long way towards recouping your investment into the box, if you will. All right, Sharpshooter Elf, Lulu, Loyal Holophant, Tavern Brawler. Oh, Illithid Harvester. All right, that is the next rare. Sure. It's a decent rare. It's good in horror decks, good in Gatrod and a couple other commanders. All right. So these boxes are 24 packs because, and this is one of the pushbacks on Baldur's Gate as a set, because upon release of the set, it was revealed to us that I feel like WotC marketed this as more of a Master's product. They certainly did it at a Master's price, so they cut the draft boxes down to 24 packs, kind of like almost like a Master's set down to 24 packs, and the set boxes were like an abominable 18 packs for some reason. Patriarch Seal, there's another strong uncommon. This like by itself is like also a couple of dollars. So there is some of that, right? So 24 packs for a draft box, 18 for a set box. I am on record, Gorion the Wise Mentor as the rare. I'm on record as saying, oh, Nestarion's Thirst, cool. All right, that's a decent little rare as well. Veteran Soldier as the uncommon foil. As saying I don't like the set boxes, at all. I find the actual, for especially relative to price, I think the draft boxes and set boxes run neck and neck. I find the collation of the set boxes to be abhorrent, to put it lightly. And also, 18 packs also feel is really bad. The mythic counts are all over the place. I've seen boxes that are like 2 or 3 mythics, and that feels really bad, right? Like the draft boxes, in my experience, are just a lot more well balanced. All right, rare Earthquake Dragon. We are hunting dragons today, but it's a dragon, right? The mythic dragons is kind of where it's at. At the top of the heap, value-wise, is still Ancient Copper Dragon, which I think still is like $65 for a base copy. And even on the low, the Bronze Dragon, which is the green one, which is the least valuable of the mythic dragons, is still like a $10 mythic. So hitting any of the dragons is good. The other two, I think Brass Dragon and Silver Dragon, are still both over $20 respectively. So really good mythic cycle as far as the dragons are concerned, the Elder Dragons. There is our first mythic of the box. It is Storm King's Thunder. This is going to be one of the lesser mythics. There are plenty of swing and miss mythics. That's every product, right? And while this isn't necessarily the very bottom of the value pile, it is it's towards there. This is probably like I think a couple of dollars. I think it's actually a really usable card, a very playable card, but value wise, it's not bringing it home for us. All right, so that's our first mythic though. Coreless Scale Slinger as the foil common. But as far as like just value is concerned, Baldur's Gate is a set that continues to produce good value. Like the lands were, back when this set was reproduced and reprinted, and the lands were like $5 or $6. You can go back and watch the openings. So, hey, these are $5 or $6. It is a really good time to pick them up. They will eventually be reprinted, but until they do, they will continue to tick up in value. And that is what has happened. The Council of Four in the parchment treatment, or the showcase, or rulebook. That's what we're going with. Hey, there we go. Nice. There's our first of the land cycle, Spireguard. I think Spireguard is about $11 right now. And again, $11 card on a $95 box. It's good return. All right, Ball's Invoker, very nice. And if we can pick up, I'd love to say at least 3 of those. That's gonna go a long way towards again, just kind of making it a worthwhile opening for us, right? And I say worthwhile opening, I just mean from a value perspective. There's a lot of good playables obviously for Commander in the set, and they don't all have to be, Nature's Lore. There's still one of the commons. It's just a regular old common that's still $1 or $2. And kind of going to my point, there's lots of good playables in the set for Commander. They don't all even have to be expensive. That's another thing that's really nice about opening the set. Manifold Key, another good, strong, uncommon. All right. Candlekeeper, the backgrounds, sure. Altar of Ball, a rare that I like. It is not a valuable rare, but it is a rare that I like. It never quite took off, but I think this is kind of an underrated card. And I think there's a lot of that in this set, by the way. A lot of like, this is a good card. It's underrated. Doesn't see a ton of play, but kind of sneaky good. Last pack of the first column of the box. We are at 1 mythic thus far. 1 pretty strong rare with the Kindred, and then 1 of the land cycle, which again, all of them but Sea of Clouds are now at least above, I think, all $11 or more. Okay. Blood Boil Sorcerer, Iron Mastiff, Drow Apostate, Thrakus the Butcher, Agent of Iron Throne, and the rare is a Wrathful Red Dragon, which is another playable, very playable rare. Foil Moonshae Pixie, Ox Token. Put that up there. I think Wrathful Red Dragon is still like $1 or $2, but if you're playing dragons, it's a staple. All right, into the second column. Other good cards in the set, Displacer Kitten is still like $11, $12 card. I remember when this set first came out, people were calling for like a pre-ban of that card. It's a good, strong card. You still have to play around it, but I don't find it to be ban-worthy, and I think that's pretty much the consensus at this point as well. Rug of Smothering. Kadira, Caller of the Small, very good in token decks. Candlekeep Researcher. Rare is a Shameless Charlatan. And the second rare is Windshaper Planetar. Neat. Kind of cool. Little angel there. All right, Icewind Stalwart. So that is another one of the stronger rares in the set. Right. Other strong mythics. Oh, there we go. There's another one of the really good uncommons. Deadly Dispute. Even after the reprint from AFR. So in AFR, this was actually one of the better things about AFR. It was like a $3 or $4 just a common. Got reprinted in this, and it's still like a $2 common. So, tells you about the strength of that card a little bit. Meteor Golem, Inspired Tinkering, Dragon's Legacy, Inspiring Leader. Rare is a 9 Fingers Keen. Lots of the mythic Bramble Sovereign. Okay, neat. Again, not one of the higher end mythics. This was a card that was a reprint, pre-reprint. This was probably like what, 10, 12, something like that. But post reprint, this is, I don't know. It's in like the dollar range. It is not one of the stronger mythics at this point, but it is a useful card. All right, Stone Speaker Crystal in that foil treatment, and we move ahead. Other strong rares. I was talking about, Displacer Kitten. Wouldn't mind seeing one of those. We pulled the Kinder Discovery. Monster Manual was still like a $7, $8 card as a rare. That's another really strong rare. Would not be sad about pulling that card as well. All right, Cast Down. Candlekeep Inspiration, Bone Caller Cleric, another Scale Slinger. All right, Flaming Fist as a background, and rare is an Eldritch Pact. Fang Dragon as the foil common and a Squirrel token, because why not? All right, next pack up. Mythics, besides the dragons, we have the Battle Angels of Tyr, which is another good one. We have, what is it? Karlov? Something like that. I'm getting my sets mixed up now. Not Karlov, necessarily. Cloudkill is a uncommon, two-handed axe. Skullport Merchant, good, solid uncommon. Tavern Brawler as a background. Rare is a John Irenicus Shattered one. Double rare is a Robe of the Arch Magi. And then a Dream Fracture foil common. Hey, that Fairy Dragon token's actually probably worth $1 or $2. Karlak, that's what it is. Karlak, not Karlov. MKM on the brain. But Karlak, I think, is like a $15 rare, or excuse me, mythic as well. So you've got not just the dragons, you've got Battle Angels of Tyr, you've got Karlak. Vexing Puzzle Box currently on the way back up. Probably because of Fallout. In fact, I'm almost positive it's because of Fallout, but it's not like an $8 mythic. All right, Shadow of Archdruid, Arclight of Bahamut, and a Fraying Line as the rare. Burnished Heart, excuse me, good old Burnished Heart. All right, we have slowed down. We need to see some more juice coming up here. Vexing Puzzle Box. I think it's, like I said, it's like $8 now. So another Nature's Lore, pretty good. Another card that makes it now a little bit more appetizing, a little bit more worthwhile to open this set. Overwhelming Encounter. Skullwinder. Hammers of Moradin. Mythic, there we go. Karlak, very nice. So again, Karlak is now one of the, actually, it's weird to say because I think that this card was just underrated, but when Baldur's Gate 3 came out, this card just, and I haven't even, I don't have time to play Baldur's Gate 3. I like as much attention as I'd love to turn to it, so I haven't personally played through the game, but I find there to be not coincidental that when Baldur's Gate 3 came out, this card all of a sudden started seeing a huge uptick. It's always been a really good card, but under the radar for a long time. So I think Karlak is like $15, $16 at this point, so that is another strong mythic. Base version, this is the version you want now. That's cool. Good mythic. Street Urchin. Wizards of Thay as another rare. Actually, Wizards of Thay is kind of a good rare as well. Doesn't see a ton of attention, but it's, read it, it's decent. All right, 2 packs left in this middle column. On the board with our first, what we'll call meaningful mythic, the one that, value-driven mythic. We do have 1 land. I'm hoping to see at least 1, maybe 2 more. It's kind of been my experience with these boxes is 2 to 3 lands on average. All right, Bag O Holding. Amethyst Dragon. Safana. Cultist of Tiamat. Common background. Rare is a Blade of Selves. I can't remember where Blade of Selves is. It was hanging out around $2 to $3 forever. I don't remember. It feels like it still kind of floats around there. I'm going to throw it up top as one of those rares. And then a foil rare is Firbolg Flutist. Flautist? I have like a million of these. It is a foil rare. It is not a particularly desirable one from a monetary standpoint, but a foil rare nonetheless. Last pack of the middle column now. All right. Let's pull a land. Bane's Contingency, Beckoning Will-o'-the-Wisp, Ganax Astral Hunter, also a pretty decent uncommon dragon. Agent of the Shadow Thieves, Merkle, Lord of Bones as the rare, it's a good commander mythic. You have to build around it, but it is decently strong. There we go. Bountiful Promenade. Nice. So as far as the rare lands are concerned, the land cycle is concerned, Morphic Pool is at the top of the pile. That is like $15, but Promenade is right below it. I think Promenade is in the $12, $13 range. So that's pretty good. Luxury Suite's also somewhere around that $12, $13 range. So they kind of go running neck and neck. But again, as far as the land's concerned, we want to see the lands, as many as possible, come out of these boxes. It's one of the reasons you would want to open these is for these commander lands. And Promenade, again, about $12, $13. So that's strong. And then another foil rare, it is Ragadraga, Gorgut's Boss. Ragadraga, you're my only friend. So there's a second foil rare. Nothing crazy there as far as Ragadraga. Again, a good playable card. Can go well in Gruul builds. Can be also a very good commander in its own right. But it probably doesn't see like a ton of play as the 99, right? Another Deadly Dispute. Very good. Okay. Here we go. Explore the Underdark. Mystery Key, Sailor's Bane, Deathbringer, Popular Entertainer as a rare background. Next rare, another double Kindred Discovery. Really interesting. Not typically known for duplication, but if you're going to get duplication, I will definitely take a double Kindred Discovery. Excellent. Excellent pull. Again, probably $5 or $6 right now, and that's after a reprint as an Enchanting Tale in Wilds of Eldraine. So we're at 3 mythics. I'm expecting at least one more, and I'm hoping for at least one dragon. But I would not be upset about a Battle Angels of Tyr from a value perspective. And if we get at least one more land out of this box, we're going to be in pretty good shape from a value standpoint. That's again one of the reasons I thought it was cool to revisit, because for a fairly low buy-in of $95 to the box, I find that these have a pretty high floor and a good upside now. Glunch the Bestower. Owlbear Cub, actually a rare I kind of like. It's not particularly, it's not amazing, right? It's not a super valuable card, but read it. It's actually pretty decent. 3 for 3/3, and it does some stuff. All right, Ettercap is the foil common. All right. Arcane Encyclopedia. Arcane Signet. Neat. I hadn't seen one of those. I don't think we'd seen one of those yet, so that's decent. Always obviously just an auto include for commander decks, pretty much. All right, Renari. Master Chef as the background. Mythic is nice. All right, so we did get a dragon. It's the bronze, again, the least desirable from a monetary standpoint, and also like the showcase tend to be a little bit less popular than the normal versions. But I still think this is probably like a $9 to $10 card as a mythic. So I'm not upset about that. We did get ourselves a dragon. That's cool. Very, very cool. Okay, all right. Kind of feel like we're approaching, my general aspirations in opening any boxes. If I can get 80% of the value back in terms of $3 rares and mythics, then I feel pretty good about the box opening. I feel like we're approaching that point with this box. So, all right, Allura, Sword Coast Sailor. Rare is a Tomb of Horrors Adventure. All right, the Invoker and the Initiative. Probably need at least one more of the lands. And again, if we hit one more mythic, I think we're going to be in pretty decent shape. Although at 4 mythics for 24 packs, I think we're probably at about the normal box average. All right, Treasure Keeper, Banishment, Ellen Harbreeze, Gloomstalker, Cloakwood Hermit as the background, and a Sculpted Sunburst as the rare. Moss Diamond as the foil common. A little Construct Totem. Looks like we've got 4 packs left. This is definitely not an amazing box. In fact, I don't know if I'd call it a weaker box, right? Karlach and Ancient Bronze are definitely not bad mythics. But we're not at home run status by any means, and yet I still don't feel bad about this opening right now. I don't feel like we got crushed. All right, Feywild Caretaker, Stoneskin, Underseller Sweep, Candlekeep Sage as the background, another Raga Draga, this time in the non-foil version, and then a Barroom Brawl as a second rare of the pack, Myconoid as the foil common. All right, 2 packs left. Also, kind of fun to draft. Like if you're into it, it is. Commander Masters and Baldur's Gate were both. I didn't get to draft Commander Legends to play in a limited environment, but I did with Baldur's Gate, and I enjoyed it. Actually, much more than I thought I would. Giant Ink Egg, Abdel, Feywild Visitor, rare. Hey, all right. So it is a 3rd land. It is unfortunately. You know what? I'm not even gonna be sad about it. It's a Sea of Clouds. I'm cool with it. 3rd of the land cycle. So again, I feel like that speaks to the good collation, the balanced collation in the draft boxes. Sea of Clouds probably about $7. Not upset. Cool. Very cool. Did pull a 3rd land, Commander Liara as the foil uncommon, and I feel good about that. So yeah, couple of 4 mythics, which is about on par. 2, I would say, of the more valuable. 3 of the lands. Couple of the good rares with the Kindred Discoveries. Didn't get like a Displacer Kitten, but you know, you're not going to get one of those in every box. All right. Modify Memory. Burnished Heart. Wilson! Gut, which actually Gut's pretty good. Flaming Fist. And another rare. Oh, Archivist. Cool. All right. Archivist is way, way down. This was one of the more popular rares in the product when this set first came out. It doesn't hold nearly the same value now. In fact, I struggle. I think this is probably still like a $3 plus card. It used to be like a double digits card, but it is still a good rare. So we'll take that. We will take that. Cool. Dire Mimic. And that's going to do it. So let's take a look at this real quick, and then we'll wrap this thing up here. So 4 Mythics, which seems to be about box average. Carlock is probably like 15, 16. I think the Dragon's probably like 9 or 10. Not bad. 3 of the lands, I think Sea of Clouds is about 7. I think Promenade is like 12-ish. And I think Spire Garden is like 11. So, you know, think about that on a box that costs less than $100. A few strong rares, Archivist, double Kindred Discovery, so probably another $10 to $13 in value there, and then a bunch of really good playable rares. So I'm pretty happy with this box. Not a home run box, but I think this is going to be fairly typical of the opening experience. And honestly, we didn't even hit like one of the $25. I'm not even talking about like an Ancient Copper Dragon, right? We're talking about like if you hit the brass or the silver, those are both $20. Plus, I think the gold dragon at this point is like 14, 15. So definitely not like a home run box, and yet I think this is pretty indicative of why I like the product. I think it's a solid product with a good floor, fun to open, adds a lot of playables to your collections, and again, for the price of still under $100 for a draft box, pretty decent. That's it for me today. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, do me a favor. If you're not subscribed already, hit the subscribe button for me, hit the like button for me, and by all means, drop me some comments. I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you so much, everybody, and be well.